What's up, YouTube? I'm making this video about seasonal hatred, and I'm gonna explain to you what that is. Seasonal hatred is a term that I think that we should all start using more and more. When I look outside, right? When I look outside and I see this, and I'm not getting mad because it's March and there's snow. It's not a horrible day. It's 40 degrees. But you look at the sky. And I woke up this morning and I looked outside the window. I woke up like 10 times. I kept dreaming of freaking being in some sort of Squid Game where we have to chop off our limbs if we get a question wrong. So I'm like, and I wake up and I pull the blinds and I see this. And I look at the ground and I see that. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Yo, I'm like, yo, fuck. Alright, I see the gray and I see the white. And when I see gray and white, that's not a good combination. I don't want to see gray and white. I don't want to see gray up there and white down here, because then it's just a boring puzzle. If I had puzzles with 1,000 pieces and it's like, I want you to make this landscape, I'd be pissed. So I look outside in the morning and I'm like, I just go right back to bed. I'm not even gonna get up early. I wanted to get up early last night, and then I saw what the outside looked like. I'm like, there's no sun, grass is yellow, snow everywhere. By the way, snow, there is nothing in the world that can make snow fun. Skiing does not make up for it. Sledding does not make up for it. Building a snowman does not make up for it. Snow is tyrannical. That's what I think. Seriously. I think it's a disease that just needs to be abolished. I look outside and I see this landscape and I only see dread and negativity. That's what seasonal hatred is. It's not seasonal depression. Oh, I don't want to get up. Oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, it's too cold. It's too cold. No, I feel seasonal hatred. I feel seasonal hatred because it pisses me off. This is an assault. I go outside. Why is it 20 degrees? My balls are frozen. My balls are frozen. That's an assault. Okay? I'll tell you guys a story. I remember this like it was yesterday. I used to go on walks in the fall, right? October 1st. October 1st. So I'm walking around the park, and all of a sudden, I feel the first wind. I feel the winds of change. I feel the winds of change. It just like that. And I stopped. I literally stopped. I looked around. I used my spidey sense. And then I understood. We're cooked. Because for the next 6 months, we're gonna get bombed. We're gonna get bombed by this. By this. We're gonna get bombed by cold weather. I'm not an Eskimo. I don't like this. We don't like this. I had a conversation with somebody in my class once. And this guy, Luke, says, what's the meaning of life? And I want to ask Alex this. And I thought about it for a second, right? I'm sitting there. And then it came to me. Surviving winter. Surviving winter. Because that's what life's about. That's what life's about, right? So I say surviving winter. Why? Because summer is objectively, definitively better than winter. And then some dumbass in my class says, I'm not going to drop her name, but this dumbass says, not necessarily. There are good things about winter too. I'm like, what? She's like, well, you can do winter activities, and in summer, you can get heat stroke. You can die by heat exhaustion. You can get fucking hypothermia. You can get frostbite. You can get pneumonia. Where's the food? If we were cavemen and I needed to find a deer, where is it? It's in a den. Heat exhaustion. That's why we have bodies of water. Look, body of water. If I want to get fish in the summer, I can get fish. If I want to get fish in the winter, I have to drill a fucking hole. I'm outside crashing out. I had a video. I was going to make a video about Lalo Salamanca today. But guess what? I can't because I look outside, right? And I boot up my PC and then I look here and I'm like, oh, fuck. So yeah, that's seasonal hatred. This is an assault. I think as a species, as a human race, it should be normalized to run from winter. We need to run from rain. I should write a book called Running from Rain. I'm going to write a book called Running from Rain because rain counts. Not in the summer, in the winter. When I look outside, oh my gosh, I'm driving. Why do I see frozen rain? The sky's worse than this. 30 degrees. 35 degrees freezing temp, right? 32 degrees freezing temp. I'm driving. I'm like, you have to be trolling. You have to be trolling. And I got another question for the human race. Whose idea was it thousands of years ago to say, you know what? Let's go north. Let's go to Europe. Let's leave the continent of Africa. And let's go to Europe, right? So, let's call this person Ooga Booga Jr. and then Ooga Booga 3. So Ooga Booga Jr. and Ooga Booga 3. They're like, let's take a hike to Europe. So they go up to Europe, right? Winter comes. Let's say they're in Norway. They make it all the way to Norway. It's freezing ball sacks because global warming makes the earth warmer over time. So way back when it was probably a lot colder, probably negative numbers. So they're like, and they're looking at each other and they have snow all over their fucking, they're like, they have snow all over themselves, right? They have just snow all over themselves, right? And they're just like, what do you think? You like Norway? You like Scandinavia? They're like, oh yeah, it's great. Let's go to fucking Greenland. Let's build boats and go even north. And let's live here. And let's start families here. Bozo. Why suffer? Who decided to settle in these countries up north? So seriously, this is why I have seasonal hatred. Because in the summer, my cortisol levels are down. I have nothing to worry about. I can go outside, stress-free. I can look outside, and it's not even about the feeling. It's also the aesthetic. I look out here, look at this painting. Look at this portrait. Like, what the heck? What's the benefit? What's the benefit? Why are we celebrating wintertime? Why? And you know what's crazy? You go to these cities like New York, right? In the winter. Who goes to New York in the winter? My family, they go to New York in the winter, right? I stay here because Manhattan is a city surrounded by water, right? It's surrounded by water. I was in New York a few months ago. I was in New York in the fall. It's fine. I mean, it's not great, but it's tolerable. You go to New York in December to see the tree, to see, what is it called? Rockefeller Center? Let's go skating. No, you don't want to go skating. You know why? Because your balls will become fucking icicles. Excuse my language, but your balls will become icicles. I can't move my fingers. I can't operate in the cold. I become physically handicapped. I can't open my door in the winter. I'm standing out here putting my hands in my nuts, hoping they warm up. I put my hands in my nuts to warm them up. In my pants to warm them up, and I still can't open the door. Heat exhaustion! Oh no! Heat exhaustion. Heat exhaustion. When Luke Skywalker was on Tatooine, his biggest worry was not to get molested by those freaking Tusken Raiders. Those Tusken Raiders, right? That's it. You can evade them. Just have curfew. When he was on Hoth, Han Solo put him inside a horse. Han Solo put his ass inside a horse. That's cortisol. That's cortisol. Like, guys, that's my take on seasonal hatred. I'm going back inside.